Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Micro Mutants, Trash Truck, Stealth Bike, Party Van, and Shell Razor. That's right, these are the smaller blister card packages for the new Micro Mutants line from Playmates Toys. I've already taken a look at some of the awesome playsets from this line, so if you haven't already seen my reviews of those, make sure you go check those out, because today we're going to be opening up some of these other smaller sets. Each of these blister cards comes with one vehicle and two micro figures. So you can see the Trash Truck here comes with Super Ninja Donnie and a robotic foot soldier. The Stealth Bike comes with Super Ninja Wrath and Rocksteady. The Party Van comes with Super Ninja Mikey and Bebop. And the Shell Razor comes with Super Ninja Leo and the Super Shredder. So we're going to go ahead and rip these guys out of the packages, and we're going to take a closer look at them. Alright, we got our micro figures and our little vehicles outside of the packages. Let's take a closer look at them. If you haven't seen any of the Micro Mutants videos yet, or picked any of these up for yourself, you can see with the tape measure in here that the little figures are just over 1 inch tall. These are tiny, tiny little things. And they're very, very cool. So as you can see, the 4 turtles that we get in the set are wearing their stealth gear, as featured in some of the more recent episodes of the cartoon series, where they took on the Super Shredder. And I gotta say, the ones that come in these little single card packages are painted very nicely. There's actually a lot of deco going on here. And of course, since these are so little, I don't expect them to have a ton of detailed paint, because there's only so much you can do for a mass retail line like this with little 1 inch action figures, but these look pretty good. All 4 of the turtles come with their signature weapons. They're a little oversized, but they're removable. You can pop them out of the hands. So, Leo's got his katanas, Mikey with the nunchucks, Donnie with the bow staff, Raph with the sais, and they all feature articulation that basically the arms just move forwards and backwards in unison, and the legs move up and down. So they're very minimally articulated, but they're very cool, tiny little figures. I actually really like these guys quite a bit. Do a good job of capturing that Nick Turtles look, matching up a lot with a lot of the 5-inch figures, really. Like, the styling looks very similar to those. But with each little set, we also get little villains. So, with the Donnie set, we've got the robotic foot soldier. Very cool looking tiny little sculpt there. And you can see he does have the extra arms coming off the back. And then the arms that are articulated, he's got the little scythe and the little buzzsaw there. The legs also, they don't really move on this one. It looks like his waist can swivel left and right. Yep, looks like that's all we got on this one. The legs don't have articulation points, but even with the 4 arms there, I'm impressed that he can stand on his own. So really nice little foot soldier figure there. Moving over here to the Raph set, we've got Rocksteady, and then of course with Mikey, we've got Bebop. So we create that little duo there, get those 2 completed. Pretty nice little figures, feature the same articulation with the legs and the arms, and they're just actually very nice. I like the paint on there's pretty good. You can see there's some unpainted areas, but again, for tiny little 1 inch figures, these look pretty nice. I like the sculpts on there. Very cool little guys. And then lastly, with Leo, we've got the Super Shredder. So they chose to do the Super Shredder here, since that's kind of the modern thing with the cartoon series. Of course, with the Super Ninjas there as well. And yeah, he's kind of got that beefier look, that more monster look. He's got some silver paint on there, the purple heart in the center there. Same articulation with the arms and the legs. So the little micro figures are great, and these are really going to round out your larger sets if you've picked any of those up. But let's look at the little vehicles that come with these as well. So Leonardo comes with what they're calling the Shell Razor. But of course, you look at this and it doesn't really look like the Shell Razor, at least not from the cartoon or the toy that we got. It's kind of its own design. In fact, you'll notice with all of them, they kind of match up with the bandanas of the turtles that they come with. So, you kind of got like this Leo type face on the front there. The wheels are pretty nice on there. These actually roll pretty good on a flat surface, as you can see. And we do have 2 compartments up there with pegs. So you can stand Leo up there and put him on that peg, and he can stand in the front of the vehicle. You can also put a second figure behind him if you want to. And you got this neat little feature where the back part raises up. You got the little turbines on there, so I guess that turns it into kind of like a flying vehicle. So a little bit of a transformation with this one as well. The next vehicle in the lineup that comes with Mikey is the Party Van, and again, similar aesthetics to the actual Party Van, but it does look very different. It's got Mikey's face on the front of it, but it's still a really nicely designed vehicle. And I will say these are all nice and solid too. They're lightweight because they're hollowed out for the figures to sit in there, but they're still really nice. They got some good wheels. They roll pretty decent. You know, they don't... Yeah, that's pretty good. You give it a good push, it actually rolls pretty far there, so pretty neat. You saw there that I've got the opening compartment. So you can open that hatch up on the back, which allows 2 spaces with pegs on there. So you can stand Mikey and a partner if you want to. You can pop 2 figures on there, and you can have them rolling away in the party van. So pretty fun stuff there. Next up is Raph's stealth bike. Again, kind of inspired by the stealth bike we've seen in the cartoon and in the toy line. Pretty neat looking. Has Raph's kind of bandana on the front. It's just like this 3-wheeled vehicle with this wide wheel in the front. Again, still rolls very well. And with this one, you actually have to pop open the hatch, and it's got a seat in there. Now, you'll actually have to take the size out of Raph's hands, but then you can get him to sit on the inside there. And you can even close that little hatch back down so that Raph can pilot the stealth bike. And lastly, Donatello's got a trash truck. So I guess kind of inspired maybe by the large trash truck type thing we saw in the movie. You know, he's kind of got that going on. You can actually even see the trash truck kind of forklift thing on the front. But again, purple bandana, has that Donatello inspiration there. This one rolls very nice. I feel like this one rolls the best out of all of them. And it's got a slot up in the front with a peg hole, so we can stand Donnie up there if we want to, just kind of posing in the front. But he's also got the back door of the garbage truck that opens up, so you can actually stuff some bad guys in there if you want to. Oh, get in there, Shredder. We're out of here. So pretty fun stuff. These are really great little sets. They come with all these micro figures, which, like I said, is going to really help you round out the larger play sets and really kind of build up some action. So you put those with those compact sets, and now you've got all kinds of little micro figures and all kinds of baddies that you can fight with. Plus, you've got the vehicles you can drive up to them. So these are pretty sweet. These are selling for $4.99 a pack, which I think is a pretty great price. So for $5, you get a vehicle and 2 micro figures, and they're really nicely done. And like I said, I think that this line as a whole is just a lot of fun. I'm glad to see Micro Mutants back, and I hope we see a lot of really cool, really fun designs with the new play sets in this particular line. So these are on store shelves right now. I found mine at Target. So happy hunting, my friends! And hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think, let me know if you've picked any of these up already, and maybe what you hope to see in the line. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, my friends!